Well, we're back. Get my mouse here out of the way. Alright, so, before we start this no logic seed, let me lay out some ground rules. Since there's no logic, there's a chance I might not be able to beat the game. Therefore, the way I'm going to do this is, the win condition is 6 medallions, make the rainbow bridge, beat Ganon. However, if I discover that that's not going to work for some reason, if an item's locked away where I can't get it or whatever, as long as I get the arrows, magic, the light arrows, whatever else is necessary to actually beat the game, a bomb bag, so that I can just bomb hover over to Ganon's. That's sort of a secondary alt win condition. So, whatever. Let's go. Let's just see what happens. I'm also not really shooting for time this time. What's this? What do we got here? 40 and 210. I'm not shooting for time as much as usual because this is just kind of a victory lap for completing the series. I just want to take it casual and like enjoy it for once. Not that I don't enjoy it, it's just that it is actually stressful, believe it or not. Like, it's like constantly being at war. Like, especially when you're... Ooh, we got the ocarina already. That's good. It's like constantly having to figure out, like, where could this item be? Like, what is going on? Like constantly having to strategize and think about what you're doing and fretting because you have 5 medallions 20 minutes in all the time is not fun. Whereas, if you play no logic, you're screwed from the beginning, so it's like... But it is kinda... It is somewhat time-based. Like, I mean, I'd like to get a no logic sub 1 sometime. That would be cool. Of course, I messed it up slightly. I thought about doing a series where I just show how to do every trick, like make a little guide of how to do every trick in Ocarina of Time. How to hookshot across the bridge, how to... just everything I know. Deku Tree, B1 skip. There's another B1 skip that's actually better, but I don't use that one for various reasons. There goes Goma. Boomerang. It's almost like it's steering us in a certain direction, isn't it? Even though this is no logic. Too bad we don't have bombs. We can't really follow that lead yet. We got the weird egg. That's weird. You know Guy Fieri doesn't like eggs. I heard that in a video somewhere. Can you believe that? I will say this. Eggs are kind of weird, aren't they? They're unnatural. That's not the right word. They're like... Eggs are like the definition of natural. But they're weird. They taste weird, don't they? But they taste good. But they're weird. Wouldn't you agree with that? It probably just sounds psychotic what I'm saying to like 50% of people, but to the other 50% they're like, yeah, that makes sense. Some things taste weird, but you keep eating it anyway. Like eggplant. I would put that in the same category. Do you have like a food like that? Actually, I would say that about a lot of vegetables. What do we got here? What could this be? Save state in case the 20 rupees is more valuable. Because statistically, this is going to be a bloopy. Oh, hello. Let's do this. We're going to check Bomb Chew Shop. GTG has a strength upgrade for us. Let's check Richard and Bomb Chew Shop real quick. Now what I did was I loaded my normal settings, but then I switched it from logic to no logic. So it's hard to explain. We got another bomb bag there. So in other words, here, let's do this. In other words, things that are normally off the table, such as like Mask of Truth, that's still not on the table. That's not part of the rotation, even though it's no logic. So it's sort of like no logic with an asterisk. Okay, what do we got here? Bean Eater. Bean Boy. Oh, wow, that's a ripoff. So let me get this straight. He just sits there and eats beans all day. And he's like, hey, you could give me 55 rupees if you want to. Seems like a legit way of life. Okay, nothing good there. Let's see what these stones have to say. Got a couple stones here. What was that? Red Rupee and Hyrule Field. Useless information. I gotta set the stones to have more useful information. See, that's not useful either, but I do like the jokes. Alright, let's go ahead and do Jabu real quick. And needless to say, after Jabu, we'll be headed for Dodongo. Too bad I can't buy that shield. So, unfortunately, because Ganon's boss key was here, I feel compelled to check this stuff because items tend to beget other items. Oh, shit. That really embarrassing thing you did. Let me think about it. I used to have a bunch of them, but then I just stopped. I used to really care about stuff like that. I used to be really embarrassed. But then I turned old. I became old and I stopped caring. I can't think of a single embarrassing thing I did. Let's see. There has to be something. What's your embarrassing thing? Leave it in the comment section. Let's see. Well, yeah, I could go get a fish, but I could just jump in. Bomb bag in the market. Indeed, we got 2 of them already. That's totally the wrong angle, but it could work anyway. Okay, To the randomizer people, make it so you can skip this little room. Just have it so that the princess is already at the top. I don't like this room. I mean, look at this. This adds nothing to my life whatsoever. You might say, well, there's a fairy in there. Yeah, but you can get a fairy like 5 minutes from now. Less than that. 3 minutes from now. 2 minutes from now. This dungeon's only like 2 minutes long, really. The Dongos, I timed it, and it's like... In fact, we'll time it again. Make note of when I start the Dongos, just out of curiosity. It's really about 3 minutes. Less than that, in fact. That's Zora Sapphire. We're going to do it. I don't care. It's no logic. The thing is, on no logic, anything could be anywhere, so Baronade could have our light arrows for all we know. Hello. If I don't like what's in this room, I will reset to preserve my resources. Because this is a whopping 4 sticks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Leaving us with 4 to do the dungeon with, which is viable. But I'd rather have 4 more sticks to do elsewhere. I can't seem to hit the freaking jellyfish. Ah! Bump right into him. Go through him, throw the boomerang, and 1 jump, slash with the stick. That's all it takes to kill that octopus. Baronade is yet another enemy that you actually benefit from bumping into him, because it speeds up the fight. I'll explain it in a second here. So, you'll notice when I go on to phase 3, I roll into Baronade a couple times. It's because it makes him stand up faster. If he hits you, he stands up faster, so you can hit him again. Phase 2. This is phase 3 right here. So, oops. You stun him, hit him with the stick, roll into him, because then he stands up right away. Instead of shooting lightning at you, he just stands right up. It's faster. Fairy slingshot. So, unfortunately, we're hit with a stone, but that's okay. Let's do... Well, since we're going back Kokiri way, let's modify our route a little bit. And let's check this out, as well as Ocarina game. What do you say? Zora's Fountain is bad. Okay, let's see what the Ocarina game is. Let's do it and fast forward. It's actually hard. I got it on like 6 or 7x fast forward, something like that. Small chest? Don't care. Go in the hole. Alright, let's see what's in SFM. If I don't like it, I will reload for the sticks. Although by the time we go back to Child, there's a good chance we'll find a stick upgrade somewhere. I will keep those bomb chews. Let's check Big Rolling Goron. You're kidding. Yuck. Just a piece of heart. Alright. We'll check Death Mountain Trail when we do Dodongos. You know, I could do Bottom of the Well. Let's check Roof Guy and Roof Grotto as child. This is desperate, but I'm quite literally trying to get a stick upgrade before I do Bottom of the Well because I only have 3 sticks. That's okay. Wonder if a little tap is gonna be too much. It will, but let's test it. Okay, now he'll break on the next one. One more hit will be the hit that he can't take. He will summon all of his friends, the chicken army. One stick. Compass, bottom of the well. Heart container. Okay, not looking good. Grab that small key in a minute here. Looking bad, looking bad, looking bad. Yuck. I was hoping at least for a heart container. Yuck. That's an ick. That's what I should be saying. Have you seen that going around lately? That seems like a trend that died out pretty quickly. Everyone was saying that's an ick for about a week, and I haven't heard somebody say it since. Like an ick being like a red flag in a relationship. Like, oh my god, he plays video games? Ugh, that's an ick. Like something like that. Alright. This bottom of the well is a frickin' ick. Big waste of time there. So, let's go to adult. Oh, right, we were here already. Let's check out Bomb Chew Bowling real quick. Get out of my way. Hey, I'll take that. I like that. Got it. Hey, magic, I need that. So we have Ganon's key and magic, so our secondary win condition is coming together. There it is. Got it on probably the last try there. I wasn't counting. Oh, we could do Weird Egg Path. That's probably nothing. Let's go to adult. Let's kind of stick to the dungeons like we normally do. Breath of the Wild link this time. Bomb bag in the market. Thank you for telling me again. Bomb bag in the graveyard. Really wants me to have a bomb bag. What? You gotta be shitting me. Did you see that? Alright. So it's gonna be nighttime by the time we get over there. Okay. Check out Death Mountain Trail real quick. There is a bow. That's part of the recipe for our secondary win condition. See, the moment I find out that I'm screwed, and I have the light arrows, and I have the bow, and all the stuff, but the moment we find out that I can't complete the normal objective, which is the medallions, we do the secondary objective. That's how it works. Too bad we can't afford those boots quite yet. Well, we can do this game now that I have a bow. Hey, is that a bronze gauntlet? Okay, no, never mind. Why is the arrow kind of inside of the bow? Doesn't look natural. Okay, piece of heart. Be nice if we could find a Hylian shield somewhere. Hey, there's the hook shot. That's a big one. See what's in here. And we will check Shield Grave for that bomb bag. Guess I should have grabbed the silver scale first, and I will grab it for the shortcuts. Check Shield Grave. Bomb bag. Goron's bracelet, okay. And we know that there's another strength upgrade in GTG. Let me check, whoops, let me check these shops real quick for shield. Sometimes I don't look. Alright. Do this real quick. I want some Taco Bell. Shadow Medallion. I actually don't want Taco Bell. I want like real Mexican food. I want some crab quesadillas. Doesn't that sound good? Hello. I almost fell off. Now, where are we going to get a second wallet from? Probably nowhere. It's no logic. It could be in Ganon's tower for all we know. Since this is no logic, you know, it wouldn't be unsmart to go ahead and bomb hover over to Ganon's, like, do Dompe race, get that bomb bag, bomb hover over to Ganon's, I'd like to have a shield before I do this. I think you have to have a shield to bomb hover. Duh. So... Oh, hello. Now let's see if... But we got that hook shot. So let's do Dompe race real quick for the bomb bag. Presuming it's in there. Just assuming. It could be in Sungrave. Do we have Sun Song? Nope. We don't have any songs. Ow. My feelings. My ego. Oh god. Fire doesn't hurt the physical form. It hurts your ego. It hurts your soul. Ow. Yeah, good. Okay, good plan. That's a good idea. So this is no logic. We will go ahead and bomb hover over and see what we can get. Because, I mean, that's a ton of chests. Think about that. Think about how many chests we're about to get. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have fire arrows. That's 12, 13. 13 chests over here, and we're going to ask Ganon where the light arrows are. Because believe it or not, if they're locked away somewhere where we cannot get them, that's the end of the run. I believe that there's nothing that can't be done, though. Like, I mean, it's really a matter of what am I aware of? What tricks do I know? How do I know how to overcome certain things, in other words? Because I would say, just estimating, I know probably 70% of the tricks of this game. Something like that, 70%. And then I'm aware, there are tricks that I'm aware of, but I don't know how to do them, or I lack the skill to carry them out, or I simply have never attempted them, but I'm aware of their existence. But in terms of what I can do, yeah, about 70% of the stuff in the game. One thing that perplexes me is how people bomb hover. I'm serious about this. I mean, look how I do it. The way I do it is I save state. I mean, it's that simple. It seems to me like other people have a way of bomb hovering where they can... They know the timing. It amazes me that people can pull those off one after the other. I don't... Like, it doesn't seem that hard, but for me it is. I did adjust the viewing angle there because I don't like when Link gets too high up on the screen. It helps when you have more feedback, when you can see more of him. Is that enough? I saw the ledge there. Did you see that? We're almost there. See, that's the thing that really blows my mind. We're almost there. Some people are so good. They can do this on console without save states. they can fricking hover all the way out to the tower effortlessly. And I'm like, how do you do that? How what are you people doing? Someone let me know. Someone let me know the freaking secret, seriously. I feel like people are going to keep me in the dark. There's like, okay, you'll say, well, just look it up on YouTube. Dude, do you think I didn't think of that? But there's nothing that specifically explains or demonstrates the timing, at least not in a way that makes sense to me. I haven't found anything like that. Yeah, this is a solid plunder. And I will grab the small chest because could be a heart container. Could be a nut upgrade. Oh, yeah, okay. We don't need that. Whatever it is, we don't need it. So, I'm saving the good one for last. Let's get out the chews and the hook shot for this room. What's this? Hey, now we can buy the hover boots. Trying to hit one of the torches. Yeah, okay. This plunder, even if there's nothing good in Light Trial, which it's been a bust other than that wallet. But this was totally worth it to even just get the hover boots. Still there. Is it still there? It's still there. You know you want to disappear. It's still there? It's gone. It's like magic. And there's quite a few big chests in here. See what's in the big ones first. Silver gauntlets. A fairy. Big Goron sword. Check this out. We're getting some optional stuff that's helpful. So how about some heart containers? Heart piece. A red rupee. We do not have ZL, so we can't check the final thing in there. However, we can go ask Ganon where the light arrows are. See, this is why I like No Logic. This is fun. It's actually thrilling knowing that your run can get screwed and, like, that's the end of the run at any moment. Be something that's just not possible, or not possible without serious, like, learning of tricks. Cool. Ganon, oh Ganon, where are your light arrows? From Death Mountain Trail. That indicates that it's we either need the claim check or ZL. Who knows where those could be? Claim check or ZL? Let's buy those hover boots. Just trying to think as I walk. Let's just wait for daytime here. Or it could be the Song of Storms grotto too. I forgot about that one. So either way, any of those items we're going to need to go back and check. Let's see. Let's check back left real quick. Small chest back there. Thanks for the refund on the boots. Thanks for paying for those boots. Okay, we'll check out DMC. And then we're going to do Forest. Didn't I get a Goron tunic? I did. Check this place out real quick. What's up with that? Some bombs up there. Don't you love the atmosphere of this place? I mean, look at this. You know what? People said that this was Turtle Rock from the first Zelda game, believe it or not. Because you have 1, 2, right there. And I mean, that's not... To me, that's a little bit of a stretch. I mean, just a double rock formation, but that's kind of how it is in the first Zelda. See, isn't this nice? I can stop and like say things like this because I'm not exactly shooting for time primarily here. Claim check. Well, there's our secondary win condition. We're winning this run no matter what, but we still have to try. We have to try. This is how it works. I have to at least try to build the bridge. The moment we find out that that isn't possible or it's highly inconvenient, we have to go. We're doing the secondary win condition. So we can do... That's a nice wall you got there. It would be a shame if I just clipped right through that. So, Spirit Temple nut capacity. We have forest and water. Serious song. Megaton Hammer in Goron City. Could still be locked behind ZL or something. Let's at least peek up here real quick. Just take a peek. Terrible hook shot. I will grab it. How many times have I grabbed the small key here and never used it? Alrighty. So, if forest and water are both medallions, then it could be a matter of grabbing the Megaton Hammer from Goron City. Hey, same painting 3 times. Did you see that? You know, it could be Goron. Medallion? I don't like that. Let's check Goron. I will break these bushes on the way out here real quick, just to try to get some bombs. Build our bombs back up slowly. Because we have to expend 5 of them or so in a second. I had a brain fart. Sorry about that. Let's see. Alright. That's unfortunate. Let's get a refund. So that means it's one of the child objectives. We need ZL. I think no matter how you cut it, I would need ZL. So let's say you see something like ZL is behind Grandma in the bottom of the well. If we were to see something like that, the run is over right there. We would go for the secondary win condition. Because you would need... That's not true because I can do the actor glitch. Let's say it was locked behind, like, Royal Tomb. Well, there's a way in there too. Let's say it was locked behind... ZL is in the slug room in Spirit Temple. Well, then that would be, as far as I'm aware, you need ZL to enter that room. That's how no logic works. Like, I mean, anything can be behind anything. So, you're not guaranteed the ability to win. Alright, let's think about this. I could go ahead and rush water. I could... check out the field. Let's check out this grotto. Just take a peek real quick. Heart piece. Check out the bottom half of the field. Do I have Epona's song? I do. We could go out that way after I get finished with the field here. Alright. Arrows. Some bombs. Some extra magic. Gerudo Valley is a foolish choice. Let's do this. Take a little peek here. Small chest. Gerudo's Fortress. Here we are. Grab the horse. Let's see what's going on with horseback archery. Ah, I crashed. Ugh, I crashed again. $60, $60, $60. How about $100? Believe it or not, my controller button stuck there at the end, and I almost freaked out. Iron boots and a purple rupee. Yeah, it's weird. This controller's already going bad. I had a problem with it on a previous seed, too. And I just bought this not too long ago. But then again, I play how many freaking seeds of Zelda? How do I always miss things like that? Den's fire up there. We will grab it. What on earth? Pretend you didn't see that. That should have worked. Okay. Oh, we do have a big chest on this side. Anything big over there? I think I see a big one. Yep, there's a big one. I'm gonna wager on the fact that we can't get there with 3 keys. So let's go this way first. Luckily we can do like room too. Are you kidding? It'd be cool if we found ZL in here, or if a stone told us where ZL is. Man. Oh, look. A big chest. ZL. Now, what did we need that for again? Can't remember. Right, Megaton Hammer in Goron City. That's why we need ZL. Gold gauntlets. And even though it's no logic, I still take that as a sign. So we will check that fairy. All right. Alright, good. So we'll be able to make it to that other big chest, and I think there's one up here too. Some chews. Obviously, the next priority is... Well, you know, I could do... Okay. Whatever, let's do one of these. Let's go for stay on track. Go get that hammer. We have one stick. Serenade. Right, okay. So I didn't even need ZL. I could have used Den's fire. Whatever. Shoot. I don't know why, but when I'm recording a YouTube video, I never get this correct. That's it. There's my hammer. So, we will use the hammer to beat both water and fire. Like, here's something that could happen. This is very common on No Logic. We could get locked out of fire. Because think about it, you only have a few checks, and if none of them are small keys, and if it turns out fire is mandatory, then there's not much you can do. Hey, let me check something real quick. I just have a feeling. I just have a feeling. Okay. Wait, was that it? I think that was the right frame, and I'm just gonna assume that's the correct frame. It's kind of different when you have that this texture on. All right, you know what? It's easier to get ISG on a bomb than it is that door, isn't it? with a hook shot. Seems like, I guess you have to do it at the very end of it. Believe it or not, I still don't know for certain the timing for that. And I had the wrong sword out and everything. Medallion. Goron's Ruby. I'm about to just end the run, seriously. We gotta find the mirror shield and everything. There's the Requiem. Okay. Check all this stuff out real quick. That was a total accident. Wow, that was a total accident. Okay. What a strange coincidence. That's actually quite hard to do. Does someone have a setup for that where you can get the fisherman's hat off? Alright, building those bombs back up. Neru's Love. I never use that. It's a noob item. Oops. There it is. What do you have? Just a piece of heart. Okay. Get out our big sword again. Now, where was I going? I forget. Oh, yeah. Fire. So, fire, shadow, and Jabu. Not Jabu. Fire, shadow, and spirit are all on the table. Well, we gotta walk it. I could have went to Temple of Time, but it's about the same. So, yeah, if fire is not completable, now that... So, think about this. We know that fire is mandatory. If we are unable to complete it... And by the way, I don't do the bomb chew trick. I don't do that, and I never will. There's something where you can use 50 bomb chews and, like, get all the way... Do some ridiculous setup, and... I don't know. I don't want to explain it. Small key. Well, even if it's the compass, we know that this is a medallion now. Another small key. So unfortunately, we're able to proceed in here. That means that I am obligated contractually to go scour the world for the mirror shield. Ow. Because Shadow should be completable. I don't see why it wouldn't. Oh, look at that. We have ZL. We're able to do Shadow. Oh, what am I doing? For some reason, I thought you could just stand there. I forgot. I was thinking. I'm thinking about my route. I'm thinking about how I'm gonna find the mirror shield. I'm debating, like, do I look it up in the spoiler log? We have fairy. I'm gonna at least look for it for a while. It would feel lame to look it up. Fire medallion. Check out the fairies. Bombs again. I was hoping it was actually a heart piece, but she'll fill me up anyway. Tycoon's wallet, okay. Purchase some bomb chews at the next opportunity. Okay, let's go ahead and do Shadow. And I will plunder Shadow. See, like, Mirror Shield could be somewhere like a top fire temple. That would be really annoying. I'm trying to think if I have, like, a trick up my sleeve. Something I could do to get it. I mean, really, all I can do is look at the stones and hope that one of them tells me where it is. Do I have no chews? I have 10. Alright. Bomb chews. What? What is going on here? Geez, save state there. It's really hard, apparently. We have to preserve at least one. Let's do... So, needless to say, if I didn't already say this, we're plundering the entire Shadow Temple, because if I have to do this pain-in-the-butt trick to get in here, I don't want to wait until we find Nocturne to not have to do this again, basically. Good. Oh no, I fell off. Alrighty. Yeah, there's a good shot that the mirror shield could be in here. The problem is, there's probably literally over 100 other objectives where it could be. Why won't anyone acknowledge the housing crisis in Kakariko Village? Probably because no one ever thought of it until you mentioned it. Here we go. I'm just gonna make a prediction. Mirror shield and spike crusher room of shadow. I'm feeling it. I think that's gonna happen. See, I knew that would happen. Hurry up. Heart container. My videos are starting to become more popular. I got like five subscribers this month. If you've made it this far into the video and you're actually actively watching and paying attention, I'll let you in on some of my little ideas now. So I get flooded. My DMs just get absolutely flooded every single day. Someone really wants me to do a personality test. They want to know my Jungian type for some reason, so I'll probably do that at some point. I want to do a video, my top 10 prettiest girls in K-pop. I want to do, I don't know, I have a bunch of other ideas. I have an idea for a... So, here's one of my better ideas. I want to do something really special. I want to do a radio station in GTA San Andreas. I want to make a radio station and like have wacky, zany commercials and like record them all and modify it, put it into the game, however you do that. And I want to, I want to record like at least like 3 hours of like fake commercials and stuff. And just silly, zany, wacky things. And play San Andreas, but always have my radio station playing so that you guys get a taste of what it is. And I want to have it available for download too. That's something that I actually came up with a while back. I think that would be really fun to do. Because then I get to sit there, like, and think of... Do you remember in Vice City, the Pastor Richard Salvation statue? It's like, if you donate $150 million to our organization, it's like a cult or like a religious organization. If you donate $150 million, we'll build a statue. If we hit $500 million, the statue will rotate and turn a scornful eye upon this evil, wicked city. If you donate $700 million, the statue will shoot lasers out of its eye. Like, it just gets more and more ridiculous. If you donate $1 billion, you can join us. It will become a rocket ship and we'll leave this wretched Earth. Like, blast off in the frickin' statue. Like, stuff like that. Or like Knife After Dark. Remember that one? Or, oh, one of my favorite ones. Thor's self-help tapes. Look that up on YouTube. GTA Vice City. Thor's self-help tapes. It's stuff like that. That's what inspires me. That's what I want to do. I want to make my own radio station. Just fill it with like stupid commercials and like stupid product ideas and stuff. I think that would be really fun. I'm not saying I'm going to do that. I don't want anyone to be disappointed. It's just something I thought of. If I do that, it'll take a while to get that done, so just bear that in mind. Alright, now I predicted the mirror shield would be in this room. Let's see if I was right. Well, there's the big key. But that's not exactly the mirror shield, is it? So we are able to beat Shadow Temple. Maybe I should be a little careful with this key, huh? I don't think so. I don't think that's a concern. Oh. I'm gonna save state right here, because if these two rooms do not pan out the way I want them to, I might have to get that key back. Because it is no logic. That should not be hitting me. That should not... Nothing should be hitting me there. That doesn't make sense. I know someone will say with the spike, but the Goron tunic protects you from the spikes. Maybe... I think if you stand on it too long, you get hurt no matter what. Let's see. No, yes. Yeah, it looks like sometimes you can get hurt. I didn't know that. But yeah, the Goron tunic generally protects you from the spikes. Now what would be really cool is if the forest medallion... I lost my train of thought. If the forest medallion, we got Temple of Time, and then we got the mirror shield from Temple of Time. And there goes that. Let's check these rooms. We kind of got to check everything, because think about this. Let's take a look. Deku, fully plundered. Dodongo, fully plundered. Jabu, fully plundered. Force, Fire, Water, not plundered at all. Shadow, fully plundered. Soon. Spirit, we could plunder Spirit. That's actually the next place to plunder, too. GTG is fully plundered. Bottom of the well. There's actually a few objectives left in bottom of the well. But it's like 90% done. Ice, not done at all. Hideout, done. Ganon's Tower, fully plundered. So... we gotta bear all that in mind as we proceed. Because actually, if we just stick to the logical order of doing things, there's a solid chance we will find Mirror Shield actually sooner than we think. There's the chicken quest that needs done. Hey, there's a big chest over there. Please, just be the Mirror Shield. Thank God. Guys, we're able to complete a no logic. And to be honest, this was like this is like effortless. Because now all I have to do after this is go to Spirit, and if we don't get screwed as far as keys, then I don't see what's stopping me from beating this. I have to check something after the run. Like, is this actually a no logic seed? Did I somehow, like, do it wrong or something? Did I select the wrong setting? Because this doesn't feel like a no logic seed to me. Is there anything that would indicate that this was a no logic seed? This doesn't feel like a no logic seed. Not at all. I'm literally checking after the run just to verify that it was in fact a no logic seed. And we have ZL, so we can just check Wolf Room real quick and hope that it's a key. I'm gonna skip like room. You know, another game that I want to play is Super Mario RPG, one of my favorites of all time. Okay, let's check like room and hope we don't have to go child side. Child side will put a little damper on things, but that's okay. Okay, we have to go child side. Well, this is going to be a darn good seed. I do have the Kokiri sword to fall back on here, so... Jeez, man. You see the way he falls down so dramatically, too? Now, there is a chance that we could get screwed here by the no logic. Because this is not a guarantee that it's a small key. However, I will say this, it's a darn high chance that this is a small key at this point. Because everything else has been a not. Okay. So, because of that, that's fine. We don't need the shield. So here's what we'll do. First of all, let's head back to adult. We are going to have to, this is the most basic ass way of doing this. We're just going to have to bomb hover up to the hand. Now we do have a nut upgrade in Spirit, I remembered that. Now we can say with confidence that this is a no logic seed. That was actually the first indicator that this was a no logic seed, believe it or not. So this is a pain. No one likes to have to do this bomb hover, but that's what is in the cards for us. Let me think about it. We want to go this side, right? Obviously, that's the correct one. And we will have birds harassing us the whole time, too. Here we go. Try to keep that angle nice and straight. You have to do that the entire way, by the way. Every time we save state, there's a small risk that we're gonna screw ourselves up. See? And that changes the angle. Okay, so if I press Z real quick. There we go. Usually when you get harassed by a bird, another one doesn't come for a while. See how close we are? I feel like it's not close at all. Who knows if we're even like... in the vicinity. Is that it? That's it. So that wasn't too bad. I would like that small key over there, but whatever. That'd be funny if you could come in from behind and he'd be like, what? She would be like, what? That is a girl. You know that's a girl? Those dark nuts are actually the female Gerudo, I believe. That's convenient. Well, this was awesome. I'm actually very satisfied with how this run turned out. I'm glad I didn't look it up in the spoiler log. I almost did. Because now we can just go balls to the wall. Like, it's over. All dungeons, no logic run. Doesn't feel like it, does it? It'll still be an impressive time, too, even though I wasn't going for time. I got really lucky getting that mirror shield as early as I did. It could have been anywhere. It could have been, like... who knows? It could have been at the end of Ice Dungeon, and... who knows? All kinds of screwy stuff can happen. Excuse me? Was that not directly on her? Hurry up. This is the worst fight in the game by far. This is not fun. Come on. Second hit. Does anyone enjoy this boss? Anyone out there? For me, this is the dumbest friggin' thing, seriously. This is weak boss design right here, if you ask me. Bye-bye. Alright, can't wait to close this one out. We're grabbing that. Water medallion. Let's go ahead and equip everything we need. Amazing. Even though I know we got screwed in Spirit, not screwed, but that was the first indication we saw that it was a no logic run. I'm still gonna check the spoiler log, or not the spoiler log, but I'm gonna check the thing just to verify that it is indeed no logic. Like, I have to check it because part of me doesn't believe it still. I think it's as simple as fortune just has smiled upon me. That's all. This could not have been a more, like, rewarding fricking seed. This was like a celebratory seed for completing the series. This was like perfect. Perfect way to tie it off, basically. This was amazing. There it is. I struggle to believe it, but there it is. No logic run completed. It felt effortless. I'm looking on the website right now. Logic rules. No logic, it says. That did not feel like a no logic. It's freaking awesome. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next video. It's going to be something other than Zelda next time.